What's up, y'all? How y'all been? Hope y'all everybody doing good. Hope everything going well in life. Uh, I know last Sunday I ain't put up no video. That was on me. I don't really like apologizing, but that was my bad. Man, the past week was kind of hectic. No, that ain't no excuse, but it was kind of hectic. I've been dealing with my grandmother a lot. She's becoming very needy for some reason, but that's cool. That's cool. I just with my new schedule and with her needing me, I just got to move some stuff around. I got to take some time out to start shooting again. We're gonna take a rest on the bus motivation because I ain't even had time to do nothing last week, being that I was dealing with her and then dealing with my work schedule. And then my work schedule just everywhere. Like it's just everywhere. So I'm trying to get it together, but um as everybody know, or people who don't know, I take care of my grandmother. My grandmother is like 89 years old, but she lives she lives by herself. But I check on her at least every other day. I'm with her at least every other day, or sometimes it's back to back, and then I won't see her for a few days. I kind of give her a rest and give her a rest to herself because she be needing it from me and the rest of us because we be driving her crazy. Or, you know what I'm saying, I give her a rest, but, everybody else in the family, look out and check for her. But I'm pretty much the primary caregiver of her. So, what this, the conversation that we had, the video is really about her conversations. And, like, I really got into my feelings about the conversation that we've been having this year. And I don't really want to talk about, I don't really be wanting to talk about it when she be wanting to talk about it. She really started having this conversation with me when she, on her birthday. And it really kind of made me feel some type of way because she started talking about death and her passing and what she need me to do and stepping up. And she's been talking about it like since I was younger, but it's more and more now, like it's more frequent that she's been talking about it. So last Monday, I was off and I had been like really playing around with it because she wanted me to, sit down and we like really get the papers together and she go through all the instructions. Like she been through it before, but she really want to, hash it into my brain. Like, look, it's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? This is what we need to do. This is what I want after I pass, and this is how I want everything to go. And it was like I've been beating around the bush to get it done. And she really wanted to make her will out. And it was like I felt like if we did that, it was gonna be reality. And as long as I didn't do it, I felt like it wasn't gonna happen. It would never happen. Like you know how you are with your heroes. Your heroes never die. So I felt like, you know what I'm saying, if we don't do the will, then she would have to keep living because we gotta get the will done, and she gonna keep, when we gonna get it done, when we gonna get it done, tomorrow. My thing was always tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. So finally I went over there, we sat down, we, did everything we was gonna do. And then but this what really made me do it. I'm sorry, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. Shout out to my older sister, Sabrina. Before I went over there, and this is what really made me like, okay, I gotta do it because if I don't do it, then I'm gonna look up and she gonna pass anyways. And we didn't do the will. So our family is gonna be butting heads and arguing over, stuff that I could have prevented and could have got done while she was here because she kept asking me to do it and I didn't do it. And I would have to hold myself accountable for that situation. So I was like, to prevent us from arguing and fighting over something, because a lot of families go apart and they hate each other after a loved one die, and they fighting over money, property, and all this stuff. But if they would have left a will, there was no need to fight over it. So, anyways, my older sister, she just got married, and her grandmother was there. And her grandmother, had fun, but she was telling them, like, I ain't got that long to go and all that stuff. So, her grandmother ended up passing. And she was like, she wasn't sick, wasn't nothing wrong with her, what I'm saying? It just was sudden. And I was like, she maybe was tired. And that's when she said, I told everybody that she told them that she was tired and she was ready to go and all that stuff. And I said, some old people feel it, they know, what I'm saying? They didn't live. That's a long life to live, 89, 90 years old, you know what I'm saying? So it's a very long life to live. So you get tired, your soul get weary. And she passed on or whatever. My sister was hurt, but we talked about it. We got through it. I'm not gonna say she's all right, but she made her peace with it. And they know what happened, and she did end up being sick or whatever. But that just made me realize, like, my granny ain't gonna keep waiting for me to be ready. You know what I'm saying? She probably tired. She ready to go. You know what I'm saying? She ready. She done lived her life. She ready to, you know what I'm saying, just go on and be with the Lord and be with my grandfathers. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to get up. I'm going to stop, you know what I'm saying, wasting time procrastinating and go ahead and do it. But, man, it's just like that's the hardest conversation ever. Like, bro, it was just like, man, why you ready to leave me? You know what I'm saying? Why you so happy to look forward to this? You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I know why, but it's just, dang, it's crazy. Because I know she's been with my grandfather for so long, for like 42 years, 42, 43, 40, you know what I'm saying, around there, 40-some years. And he passed on, so she really don't have nobody to talk to. I mean, she got us to talk to on the phone and all that stuff, but they lived together. It was like a 24/7 thing. And it's like, it's a huge void in her life now. She ain't got nobody to talk to. So, you know how old people is, they talk to any and everybody, and they, you know what I'm saying, want some companionship. And it's just like, I can't be that for her because I'm trying to live my own life. I got the podcast, I got my work, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to live my life, I'm trying to do my thing, but ultimately I'm still trying to take care of her. And I don't be wanting to talk all the time. Like, I sometimes I get home and it's like 9-10 o'clock at night. I know my granny ain't up for me to check on her and no stuff like that, and I don't want to wake her up or whatever. And it's just like she's missing a huge void, and I can't fill that void. I wouldn't be able to fill that void anyways, you know what I'm saying? That was my grandfather. They went through a lot. Excuse me. But it was just a hard conversation for me, and it just made what I knew was gonna happen become reality. Like, I know it's gonna happen. And it's not like I can be like, oh, I don't want it to happen soon, or I don't want it to ever happen. Like, that's selfish of me, because, you know what I'm saying, she might be tired, she might be ready to go. But I'm glad that, dang, I think I cut my finger, or I got like a metal splinter or something. It hurt. Keep rubbing it so it can come out. But anyways, I'm glad we had that conversation, because I mean, I needed it. I needed to have that conversation with her. We needed that to get that handled, so our family wouldn't have to go through it, because I have a close-knit family. Like, she only had two biological kids, my mom and my aunt. And out of them two was 8 of us. And we always been close. We never really had a huge falling out. If we fell out, 2 hours later, we were back best friends or something like that. But for us to, for me to have be able to prevent an argument or a huge fight, and I didn't prevent it, and she going on to the Lord, you know what I'm saying? And we fighting over something that could have been prevented, it'll be all on me, and I feel bad. So we got it done, and I kind of moped around for the whole week, felt like a little baby, you know what I'm saying? But I end up going to church at the end of the week. I end up getting beat up by the pastor. Now, shout out to Pastor Dwayne, Nation Church in Joliet. He caught me coming out the store. This why we need to stop being fat. The whole ride home, I was like, I'm gonna go get me some ice cream. I'm gonna stop this way. I was like, no, I'm gonna stop at Jules, give me some ice cream. And I knew I didn't need the ice cream, but he caught me coming out of Jules, and I ain't been to church in a long time, so he kind of put the 1-2 on me, and I told him I'll be there this Sunday. So I got up, you know what I'm saying? I got there early. Usually I pick my granny up or whatever and take her, but I got there early. I helped them with the, you know what I'm saying, the sound and the YouTube stuff and stuff like that. And it kind of, I like doing it. Like, I was like, oh yeah, this dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm up here doing the ones and twos or whatever. But it was dope. It was like, you're going to come back next Sunday. I'm like, oh yeah. Because it's a learning process for me. You know what I'm saying? That I can bring something back to my own channel and I can start working on my channel properly and taking care of y'all according. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can check it out. They go live every Sunday. I was giving in there as they was training me. I was giving ideas too, and they kind of was like, "Oh yeah, we can, you know what I'm saying? We can use you up here. You know what I'm saying? You got some ideas going." So I want to work with them just until, you know what I'm saying, I move around and do what I need to do. I'm not trying to use them, but you know, they helping me. I'm helping them. And I'm learning something, and it feels good to, you know what I'm saying, just I feel like going to church is going home. Like I just feel at home there because I grew up in that church. But yeah, hard conversations we have to have them. I know we don't want to have them. I know it's just like, especially when it comes to death, it's just like you don't want your loved ones to die. You don't want to be without them. But I feel like that's the selfish part in us. When it's their time, you know what I'm saying, I was always told, you know what I'm saying, don't fear death and don't hate death, because you know what I'm saying, it's not that we're gone. We just, you know what I'm saying, moved up another level. God needed us. We did what we had to do here on earth, and God needed us somewhere else to do something else. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. But then it's like, you know, you look at it when it's somebody else, but when it's your hero and when somebody you looked up to, when you used to being around with this person all the time, like you used to calling and being on the phone or going over their house, and just it hit different. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm with my granny all the time. So with her not being, for me not to be able to reach her in a physical sense, it's kind of knocking me off my square. And I know, you know what I'm saying? And it's hard to knock me off my square, but when it comes to my granny, like it just really knocked me off my square. And even though she's still here, you know what I'm saying? I was always like, when I got older and we started having our own lives, I promised myself that I would never be that grandchild. I was like, oh, I wish I would have spent more time with her. I should have helped her more, and I should have told her I loved her, and I should have did this. And I wasn't gonna be that grandchild. I was gonna be that grandchild that I'm there. I'm in the front row. You know what I'm saying, I'm taking care of my grandmother. I'm watching out and I'm looking out for her. It's exhausting, but I'm there. So when she do pass, I can honestly say that I was there. You know what I'm saying? We did everything what we was gonna do. I was able to, you know what I'm saying, get everything that I was supposed to get out of her, you know what I'm saying? And another reason that I needed to do it was because the fact that I've been living my life selfishly. Like my granny have done so much for us as her grandkids, and my mom and my aunt, that I feel like we was living selfish lives. So it was like, I got to step up. You know what I'm saying? All right, so yeah, yeah, so yeah, just having hard conversations, yeah. And sometimes it ain't even got to be about death. Sometimes it's, you know what I'm saying, a hard conversation can be talking to loved ones about their attitude or the way they treating you, or you wanting to break up or stuff like that. Or, you know what I'm saying, you having to move around. Hard conversations can be, you know what I'm saying, at work or whatever. So if you feel like it has to be had, ultimately you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people are not going to like the outcome. You know what I'm saying? The outcome might not benefit them at all. But for you to keep your sanity, for you to, you know what I'm saying, you know, do what you need to do for yourself, you have to have them hard conversations. And that was a conversation that had to be had with me and her. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that she was breaking my heart, but ultimately my grandmother is going to pass on. She's going to go be with the Lord. So she has to make sure that I'm capable and I'm ready to, even if I'm not ready, I'm capable of, you know what I'm saying, doing what she need me to do once once she passes on, you know what I'm saying? Because she said, just like, we was having a conversation out of the blue one time, and our conversations be crazy because she do most of the talking and I do most of the listening. Even when she gossiping, I don't know why she think I like to gossip, but hey, it doesn't matter. But sometimes, like, we'll have like real life conversations, and she don't really like talking about our past, but sometimes she'll talk about our past. But this particular conversation, she was like, you know, once I leave here, you are in charge. Like, you have to, you know what I'm saying, continue to lead the family. And what I was saying about being selfish was, I've been living selfish because I haven't been leading correctly. You know what I'm saying? I just been living for me. You know what I'm saying? Doing whatever I want to do, not thinking about the family. You know what I'm saying? I might show up and, you know what I'm saying, support here and there, but the way that she was showing up and doing what she had to do, it was like, okay, I'm putting stuff in position, I'm putting stuff in place, so, you know what I'm saying, we'll have something, I'll leave a legacy, I'll leave something for them. If I continue to live like I was living, I wouldn't have left nothing for nobody. You know what I'm saying? And when she told me that, it hit different because it was like, you know, I've been living selfish. And a lot of us is out here living selfish. You know what I'm saying? But I felt that conversation needed to be had because it started, like, I think it's an ongoing conversation. I want to say it's an ongoing conversation, but it's constantly opening my eyes. It's constantly letting me know that I need to get on my game. I need to get on it. I need to do this. I need to do that. So the main focus may be about death, but it's also me stepping up and me, you know what I'm saying, doing what I need to do to provide. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of hard conversations is a change of direction. Not so that it may be bad. You know what I'm saying? It's a good thing now. The person on the other end of that conversation may look at it as if it's a bad thing because it's like, oh, well, you leaving, or, you know what I'm saying, you doing this and you doing better for yourself. Oh, you switching up. You know what I'm saying? You you changing on me and stuff like that. And they looking down on you, saying that you looking down on them and that you better than them when you not really. You know what I'm saying? You just trying to do better for yourself. Excuse me. And everybody, as we all know, everybody can't go. You know what I'm saying? And they don't understand that, and they don't see the vision. And I always talk about the vision. I always talk about the vision because you got to have a vision to proceed. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got no vision, you just walk without sight. And I know we're supposed to walk without sight and count on faith. But if you ain't got no faith and you ain't got no sight, then we just clueless out here. So, you know what I'm saying? Hard conversations is crazy. I know y'all think I'm rambling, but it's all gonna make sense when you finally have to have that hard conversation. And once you had that hard conversation, it's like a relief off the shoulders of you. You know what I'm saying? And it might not click to that person then, but it's gonna click to that person somewhere down the line. They're gonna have that aha moment, like, oh, that's what this conversation about. Because guess what? They're gonna have to have a hard conversation with somebody else or with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, oh, they was right about this situation. I do got to get myself together. I do got to move on. I got to do this. I got to do that. And they're going to thank you. You know what I'm saying? It's just probably going to be out the blue. They might text you or call you like, thank you. And you, what? That was like 2 years ago I had that conversation with you. But you had that conversation with me. So it was an eye-opener for me. It was an aha moment. And you know what I'm saying? I had to step my game up, you know, or whatever. Or they might see you like, man, I see you stepped your game up. You had that hard conversation. I didn't understand it then, but I understand it now. You know what I'm saying? So you most definitely, hard conversations have to be had. We all have to have them with our loved ones, with people that surround us, with people, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes, hell, you got to have hard conversations with yourself. You know what I'm saying? But they most definitely have to be had. And once you have that hard conversation, it's a relief off them shoulders, because these shoulders right here be getting heavy. And you don't want to be stressing about stuff. I stressed that whole time. I've been stressing the whole year because she really been talking about it since her birthday. Like, we come from dinner and she was talking about it, and I'm like, we just had a great time at dinner. All of us, you know what I'm saying, get together, celebrate with her or whatever. And you talking about, you know, death. Don't nobody want to hear about that. But in actuality, it was like, it's coming to that time. Like, you know, my days are, you know what I'm saying, dwindling down. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You don't know, but they coming. So I have to get you prepared for it. And in order for me to get you prepared for it, we have to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? I have to, and sometimes you do have to ease people in. And she was easing me in, but it was like, listen, we got to get this done. You got to know what you need to be doing because I want certain things done. And you know what I'm saying? Me being her provider, she's leaning on me. She's leaning on me for me to get it done. So I can't let her down. You know what I'm saying? She's been taking care of me for my whole life. Now it's my turn to take care of her. So I need to sit down and I need to listen. I need to get over my feelings and get out of them. You know what I'm saying? Stop being so emotional about the situation. And, you know, just stand up and be what she need me to be. So in all, I did. I got it. I'm over with. I went to church. It made me feel better. That's where the church thing came in because I kind of been moping around the whole week. Church finally, you know what I'm saying, shook it out of me. And I feel better about it. You know what I'm saying? I let it process. I let it sink in, simmer around. And it is what it is. So, you know what I'm saying, it's most definitely getting me to, you know what I'm saying, moving and grooving and knowing what I have to do about it. So that's exactly why we need to be having hard conversations. Because we, as a culture, we need to be having a hard conversation. As people, we need to be having a hard conversation. As a mother, daughter, sister, brother, cousin, we need to be having a lover. We need to be having hard conversations. You know what I'm saying? They need to be had. So I hope y'all got something out of this. I'm here to motivate. And you know, if you got a hard conversation coming up, you know what I'm saying, take some time, think about it. Please get out your emotions. You know what I'm saying? It needs to be said. It has to be had, you know, and just, you know what, pray about it. Pray about it, meditate, say what needs to be said, put it all on the floor, listen to what they got to say. You say what you got to say. And let it be done and over with. You know what I'm saying? At least you got it out there. If y'all don't agree to disagree. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Don't hold it in because it stresses you out. You know, stress makes you sick. We don't need to be sick. We don't need to be stressed. We don't need to be depressed. None of that. So, you know what I'm saying? Do what you need to do. I can't tell you what to do. Just, you know what I'm saying? I'm motivating you to give you that little push to do what you got to do to get it done. So, hey, I love y'all. Until next Sunday, I'll see y'all. Peace.